viewers, and welcome back to the South-Main Auto Channel. Still working on the 2005 Honda CRV. In this video, we're going to show you how to take your front brakes from whoa to wow. I did get some new calipers for this little guy because I took the other side apart. We're using the impact driver, by the way, shown in the first video. But I was saying that I had to get some new calipers because I took the other side apart and the pins were seized up in the caliper bracket, and the boot around the caliper piston was torn, so there's no sense in messing with that. And the vehicle has almost 200K on it. It is time to replace them. With that being said, we're not even going to disassemble the caliper. We're just going to pull the whole bracket and everything right off all at once. We're going to have to go at this in the other direction. Got to move our light. Man, the magnets are good. The Astro 40 SL. I think that one's the 450. Oh man, I don't know if I got enough lead in my pencil. Oh yes, I do. Get back up there, little fella. Amateur hour. Let's see. I'll reach in here. You guys are on the tool cart, so hang on. A piece of cake. We're going to leave the hose hooked up. I don't want to pinch it off. See if we can't get the caliper yanked off. We'll just unhook it here at a later time. We're just going to set it up here, hopefully, very gingerly. I go get a hook. I do read the comment box, and a lot of viewers, I don't want to say a lot, a couple of the viewers commented that they use this classic long valve stem here, TR418, the long skinny one, to stick down through the banjo to keep it from leaking. Let's test that theory. We'll take out our banjo bolt. Save that in case it did not come with a new one. We'll pop our line off. Of course, it's started the drip. Sorry about moving you guys around. And then find our valve stem. They said simply insert this into the hole. Oh, look at that. You guys are some crafty little fellas. That's fantastic. That's a good tip. I love learning stuff from the comment box. Good tip. Free tip Tuesday on Wednesday. We'll administer some beans on the rotor. Get it off. Now, a couple of people asked if I turn brake rotors, and we don't. I actually sold my brake lathes. I had a couple of them, a couple John Beaners. I sold them, let's see, in like 2007. Because the price of rotors are so inexpensive, and we can give it a warranty, and very rarely do I get a rotor that's in good enough condition to actually turn. Now these ones may have been a candidate for it. We're going to use the 3M hub cleaning tool that gets the little spot in behind the wheel stud that you can't normally get. Looks good. Give it a little fluid film to keep it from seizing. Got the new rotors here from Napper. They're coated rotors. Slows down the corrosion, doesn't prevent it. Well, I guess that is preventative. It doesn't, what's the word I'm looking for? They don't last forever. How's that sound? It's not the end-all cure-all. It just kind of slows down the process. Let's put the screws back in very gingerly. We'll go get our caliper ready. Got us some recons. The Napa Clips ones were not available for today. So we got these. Had to open a fresh can. Haven't had a chance to chop the OEM brush off it. Usually I just take a pair of side cutters and cut that off. I just opened it. So we're going to lube it, make sure our pins are sufficiently lubed, particularly up where the boot goes on. And we'll push it, and then you kind of gotta burp them out, because if you don't, they're going to want to keep coming out at you. There we go. Just let the air out. Wipe off a little bit of the excess, but it's important to get grease up on top of the rubber boot, because I have seen a lot of seized pins, or taking pins out that necessarily aren't seized. Let me just get this one off here, if I can. Danger, danger using a screwdriver. See, this is reman from Cardone. A pin, a dryer, and a popcorn fart. But as I was mentioning, oftentimes you'll see these things rusted up really bad up here, and it's actually opened up the boot, whether that is, you know, the cause for, you know, water intrusion, what have you. But always check these pins on every brand of reman calipers, particularly Cardones. They always have a tendency to, you know, a little dab of grease on the end, and that's it. So I'll put that in, make sure they work very nicely, and they do. And then we're going to lube up behind the hardware as we always do. I feel like I should be saying something right now, but I'm not, because we've done so many stinking brake jobs on this channel. It's getting a little monotonous. Open up our hardware. This one did come with a banjo bolt, and it looks like it came with both copper washers, which is great. So we'll pop our hardware on. That's the noise it makes. There. There's that. Now, of course, I've already done the other side, so I have this side over here. Our squeaker on this one goes on the inside. Pad should push in easily. Put them in, give them a little flip, and then they should move very easily by hand. Now, these move so easy, that's going to be a little tricky to put these anti-drag clips on here, because you can see how far out that is. If we put that on, it's just going to want to spring out our new pad like that. So I'll show you a little trick Grandma taught me. Well, Grandma, she's a smart lady. So if you want to assemble this prior to sticking it on the vehicle, I just clamp it in the vise, as long as you're not going to gnaw up any threads or anything. Just put it there to hold it. That way, you know, you're not fighting it. We'll stick our other pad back in here, like so. One thing we have to do, let me get some lube. You guys have seen me do this a dozen times, at least a dozen. I think I just dropped some lube. We're going to lube up the inside ears of the caliper on the metal-to-metal contacts. It's going to prevent squeals, plus it's going to stop the corrosion from building up there. And then we're going to hit just a little bit here on the face of the piston. Now, if you don't want to do the caliper, just do the back of your pads. That is acceptable also. And then what we'll do, we're going to take the caliper and we're going to hook her up with one slider. Got to get the flat spot lined up. All right, tip it like that. Got to go get a rag. You always look good enough to be on camera. Oh. That was a silly question. You're looking very peachy today. Huh? Is that the color? Did I nail it?
Kind of.
Or is it flesh? What's up?
Does it match my flesh?
Kind of.
When's this gonna be done?
Hopefully by 5. I still gotta go down and do the alignment. Quick like a bunny rabbit.
They want to know.
Oh, 5.
It'll be done at 5.
You betcha.
Guaranteed.
Nothing's guaranteed, honey. I could walk outside, get hit by a truck. Alright?
Then you're not finished.
Then it's not gonna be done. I can take it as is. Otherwise, 5 o'clock, unless I get hit by a truck.
Okay.
Now that that is sorted, take a little rag, cardboard, anything, fold it up in a little wedge, stick it between your pads. I might have to get one more fold in this. There we go. Stick it in between there. You just need something to take up the space so you can give it the squeeze. Well, wiggle up in there. So there. So now you can squeeze it. Install these. Hopefully I don't send them zinging. So there's that one. And then install this one while squeezing the pad. You could also put the caliper bracket on the car, but it's kind of nice to have the loaded assembly. So then hold it and then flick it down and let it go, just like that. It'll take you a couple tries, probably the first time. As you do that, we'll get the torque wrench. Torque them to factory specs. Of course, pop out this little plugway right here, because once it's on the car and it's hiding and you can't get it, then you end up cutting it off and it falls inside, and you know the story. So we'll take that out and then just take your little wedge out. Of course, your pads are going to stay in place now. You see? Grandma, she's a pretty smart lady. It's a matter of finding the bolts. There it is. Stick it up here. Now these don't come with any kind of Cosmoline coating of any sort on them. They come in a little hypoallergenic bag. So I find it's kind of unnecessary to brake clean. Yeah, I just said brake clean is unnecessary, I know. Get our bolts started here. We'll torque this fella down to factory specs, of course, and then hook up our hose, get them gravity bled, then bleed them out the rest of the way. Looks like the copper washer is off both sides. Make sure it's not tricking you. You guys see me coming with that, didn't you? What I want to do. Whoa, hang on. I just want to move you out of the way there for a minute. Just want to hose off the outside of that banjo bolt. I'll bring you right back in. That is a crafty idea with the whole valve stem thing. Oh, except I freaking got it stuck now. There we go. And she's dripping again. Of course, lots of alternatives. You could push the brake pedal down, wedge it down, take out the brake light fuse, and that'll stop the flow. That is another very often mentioned method. However, be careful what you do that on, because some of your Toyotas, you take that line off, you are gonna have a mess as soon as that pump kicks on, even the older ones. So just buyer beware. Let me get a wrench. Usually if I'm doing, like, let's say we got a Chevrolet in here and we're putting all new brake lines on it, pretty common on the Chevy pickups. Usually what I'll do at that point, I just suck the master cylinder out with a fluid extractor and then just cut the lines and, you know, save the dripping, because you got to bleed the whole system anyways. So that is typically what I'll do there. Oh, geez. Almost forgot. So there's that. I like to clean them off, because when we're all done, I usually give the brake pedal 3/4 beans, make sure there's no leakage. And then we're just going to crack the bleeder loose until it starts dripping. Then we'll close it, pump up the brakes, get the pistons to come out, and then finish bleeding it. It started dripping before I can get the camera set up. Perfect. We will go get the lovely Mrs. O. Hey, what happened to this big stand-up desk thing you had?
Oh, you're such crap.
All they ever do is see you sitting down.
I was standing up
The other day,
yesterday.
I came in here the other day, your monitor was up high, but you were sitting down. Because you were leaning back. What's leaning back say? Is that like smoking and drinking?
I didn't feel good. I didn't call in, so.
Yeah, neither can I, woman.
Yeah.
Welcome to my world.
Living your dream.
That's right, you are.
Right.
Isn't it the best?
So.
Working on rusty crap all day, dealing with chemicals, the public. All right, don't hit the door. I got you on camera. Don't you hit the door.
I'm blaming it on you.
Suck it in.
Oh.
Get in there. All right. So before we start this process, be sure that your brake reservoir is full.
Is it full?
It is full. Now remember on Hondas, there's a TSB. Do not full stroke that master cylinder, okay?
I just do what you tell me,
Baby
so-
pump, baby pump.
Never my fault. Right now?
Yes, give me baby pumps. You don't have to like jackrabbit, like super pump it, just like little half pumps. And we're gonna wait for the piston to come out all the way here. Here she goes. The pedal should be getting hard here shortly. Is it? Mrs. O, huh? All right, stop pumping there. You're gonna aerate our fluid. Let's get our wrench. All right, Mrs. O, take and turn your steering wheel to the left. Whoa. All right, you ready? Okay, push down. Got a customer here, son of a monkey. Okay, up. That's all we needed there. All right, Mrs. O, turn it to your other left. That was just a guy who needed me to turn on the outside there. You know what I find funny, Mrs. O?
What do you find funny?
Well, lots of things. One thing, that's
I find
good,
you look funny.
because I'm a funny guy.
You're a funny guy, Mr. Jones.
The fact that when people have a leaky tire and they get a screw in it, they always want to know where it came from. Like all different walks of life, whether they're like the car people, not car people. Like this guy's like, yeah, I think I got a screw in my tire. I know damn well where that came from. Like he knows exactly where the hole in his tire that he hasn't identified or seen a screw, but he knows it's a screw from the people who were at the post office that changed the outside post office box. He knows that's exactly where that screw came from.
For real?
That's what he's told me. They always know. And like the husband comes in, he's like, oh, yeah, my damn wife, you know, she's down there by her sisters and they put a roof on her house. That's why she got a flat. You know, they always talk like that too. All right, you ready? Now that we've established that, down. Up. How does it feel, baby?
Right now?
Yeah, you can go ahead. Is the pedal stiff? Yeah? You good? You're happy with it? If that was your car, you'd be like, well, I'm happy.
It's not as hard as other ones.
Oh, well, they're always a little different. Don't you give me that look. That's it, young lady. Turn your wheels back straight again there, will you? Whoa, that's good.
Good?
Yep, you're done. Get up. We'll get back on Facebook.
Oh.
Maybe stand up while you're doing it.
Thanks for the tips.
Obviously, when you're done bleeding, make sure that the master cylinder is full. Brake pedal feels good. We'll throw the tires on and take it for a shake. Now this car does have to go down and get the alignment done still because the back is wonky. Before I throw the tires on, I'm gonna make sure the jam nut on the tie rod end comes loose because these are up high and they're a son of a mother to do on the alignment rack. And I told it's gotta be done by 5. However, I got a 3 o'clock appointment coming in. And one more on the lift over there that requires about another half a day's worth of stuff. So we gotta hustle. In the meantime, go down there, click that subscribe button if you want to subscribe to our channel. If you don't, just keep on trucking. Check back now and then though, because we try to put out videos each and every week. Hopefully I can get the alignment video on this. If I do, I'll pop it up on the screen here for you. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.